again. This is the BBN Fan Show. This is Jimmy. I'm right here with Miss Leigh. We're going to have some topics to talk about tonight and everything. The one thing I want to talk about right off the way, everybody knows Big Mike is on an airplane right now. He is going overseas. And he's going to be gone for, probably a year, but he's still going to be on here with us. And we just want to thank, Big Mike for everything that he has done for us, everybody, and, just being so loyal, so, energetic. He's always here when we, need to talk about this or that. We just want to make sure, Mike, that you got a safe flight. Everything is going good. And when you get over to Saudi Arabia, hit us up and let us know what's going on.
Hey, Jimmy, how's it going? Hey, everybody. Mike, next time we see you will probably be Monday night. And it'll be 2 o'clock in the morning there. So, sorry about that, but we can't wait to see your smiling face again. I did see your little video on Facebook, and that was sweet. That was cool.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's excited for what's going on. I know, it's a difficult decision, but it was a decision that he had to make, and so we're not going to worry about that. It's just whatever it needs to be, and so we're going to keep this show going no matter what. And everybody, we hope you get on here tonight, talk to us, comment. You can call in, Carl, we're here for you, Carl. We're here for Mercury, everybody that is, reached out and talked to us and different things like that. And we wish a lot more of the people that comes on here would reach out and talk to us on our actual, cell phones and stuff like that. So,
well, like I said, we need to let y'all know too, if you want to call the show, you don't have to be on video. You don't have to show yourself. If you want to just call and be on the phone and just talk to us, that's cool too.
Yeah.
What's up, A?
Yeah, there we go. A is the first person in here tonight. Hey, everybody, go Cats. Yeah, we're definitely down with that. We want as many callers or many viewers. Kentucky wins, you lose. We see you came in, right there at the very end, 21 Crump. Yeah, that's the Riverside where you can use that to actually call in.
Right. What do y'all think about the new rule changes for the upcoming season? I think the challenges are going to be interesting because if you challenge and you win, you get another challenge, but you can only challenge if you have a timeout left.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the challenge because there's so many crap calls that we end up getting the short end of the stick on.
Yeah.
That it would be different if we could challenge it.
Yeah, that's exactly true. I mean, there was a lot of calls last year, and there's been calls, way back in the past that, we could have maybe challenged and got that. I mean, there was a lot of goaltendings and different things that went on. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a change. And if that's what it takes, just like football, the challenges, if that's what it takes, then I think that's something that has long been needed in college basketball.
Yeah.
Yes, Kentucky wins, you lose, just like the NFL. Exactly.
Tyrone
says, have fun, Big M, my guy. And yes, I'm still cooking those good meals and been enjoying this young man and young lady lately. Oh, thank you. That's very nice. Thank you so much. And what's up, Mercury?
Mercury, yeah. Whoop, whoop.
You stay safe out there on the road.
Yeah. Hey, Mercury, you all stay safe. Hey, I was going to ask you, Mercury, you're out in Omaha. You could maybe, if you was out there long enough, you could probably watch some of the men's baseball games.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's going on out there right
now. Yeah. Well, they start up Friday, or Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like the continuation. It's too NBA for me. The continuation, probably, I could do without. I could do the challenge. The challenge is the only part of that I really
like. The only thing I wish they would have done is went to 4 quarters.
That too, because we are the only sport that has 2 halves.
Mm-hmm.
The women have quarters. NBA has quarters. Why can't we have quarters?
Yeah.
I would rather have quarters. So, what we got for some news?
Well, I know we had some news that just came in like about an hour before. We're going to be playing North Carolina in the ACC SEC Challenge. And that's going to be at Rupp Arena. They play that game around the 1st of December, around that week of December is what they played. I think last year was the 3rd and 4th of December, because they play them on 2 different days. And
Right.
but the main thing is that I did not like the way they gave a favoritism to Duke, because Duke is actually, playing Florida on their home court. And Duke last year got to play Auburn on their home court, but Kentucky had to play a game against Clemson, and then Kentucky plays their home court this year. So are they going to switch that up and let some teams play 2 years, or is that just a favoritism for Duke? Is that everything? What do you think about that?
I think it shows favoritism towards Duke, honestly. But my thing is this: with Florida being the national champions, I would think that Duke would have to travel to Florida. I think that would be only fair.
Yeah, I do too.
Florida
Yeah.
should get home court advantage on that. Yep, UNC, SEC, ACC challenge. Too bad UNC won't help our resume. No.
No. I mean,
but it's good practice for the teams we're going to face.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be a North Carolina team that is like a mid-major team. It's still going to be, a good team we're going to be playing. So Mercury was saying he got me some chocolate-covered Oreo cookies. I don't know. I don't know if they'll be good by the time you get them to me.
That's too rich for me. That's too much.
Yeah.
Louisville has to play at Arkansas, just to run through a few other games. Texas A&M plays at Pittsburgh. Tennessee's playing at Syracuse.
Yeah.
Missouri at Notre Dame. What are some of the other ones, Jimmy?
Miami plays at Ole Miss, LSU at Boston College, Virginia Tech at South Carolina. You already said Tennessee, Syracuse, Missouri at Notre Dame, and then Georgia at Florida State.
And Oklahoma at Wake Forest, which I think will be a good game.
And SMU plays Vanderbilt. So, Danny, Chris, if you're on, hey, let's see what you think about SMU. Come on. Let's talk about that game.
Mercury says they're in the fridge. They'll be good.
Okay.
You can freeze them.
You can freeze them.
Really frozen.
Yeah.
I freeze them before I deep fry them. If I'm
going
to eat them, they're going to be deep fried. But I don't eat the chocolate covered ones. I eat the regular Oreos. That's too much chocolate. What else we got, Jimmy?
Well, the big thing was, with the NCAA coming out with everything for the players and things like that, I believe that's going to benefit Kentucky a lot. I believe everything that Mitch Barnhart is put out with this, and along with the Kentucky basketball, it's going to work real good for our NIL. Plus, it's going to work out a lot for the players with this money that they're getting, the back up from 2016 all the way up to right now, 2025.
Right. I think that's really going to make a big difference. I think it's going to really push us more up, in that elite status.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's going to hurt us. I think it's going to help us.
Did y'all see the interviews with KSR of Ortega and BG? They were pretty good last night. Ortega's had some great things to say. I love what he was talking about. We talked on our show about his hair being long when he did his video. And it was exactly like I said. Well, the cameraman wanted to do it and he's like, he had a little bit of time left, and he's like, let's just go ahead and do one. And Ortega said he figured he might as well just in case, but he did not film one saying he was staying in the draft. He did not film one for that.
No, he did not film one
saying he was coming back.
Yeah, he said today that he knew about a week before that he was already coming back to Kentucky. So
right.
And what the statement Mark Pope was saying about he almost crashed the plane before
he said the pilot was mad at him.
The pilot was mad at him. He was like, "I got to let you go so we can land this plane, and then I'll give you a call back so that we can celebrate."
He said, and then he had tears when he called him back, and that's great. That just shows the love that these two have for each other. And the love that, Ortega has for Kentucky and that Pope has for his players.
Yeah, the interviews that Ortega and Brandon Garrison, those were great interviews. Even for the right after they did the camps, the father and son, father and daughter camp, and I think I think they've already scheduled another one pretty soon in Richmond.
I believe they did. I think it's like 2 weeks away, maybe.
Yeah, and so they're going to be doing another camp and stuff. So,
right. And BG said, he was talking about what he's been working on as far as his game.
Yeah, and so has
ball handling. And Ortega was talking about it too. So I think getting that insight, their point of view. This is what I'm working on, and to see that they're that in tune. Because the things they talked about that they're working on are the things that we saw needed work.
Yeah.
So I think they're really in tune. I think Mark Pope's doing a great job of figuring out, okay, this is your area. This is what you need to work on. This is what you need to hone in on. This is fine. This will come. But this is, he's so specific about it. And I really think that's what helps this team.
Yeah. I believe that's going to help it 100%. Everything that, Ortega learned from going through the process of the draft process. And I believe everything he's already said he's going to work on his shot and maybe, get that what it needs to be. And he will do that. And I'm believing, Garrison is doing the same thing with his summer workouts and everything. I tell you what, I was watching, the players while they was interacting with the the kids and the fathers. Man, they're great. And if you would tell me that JQ right now, his knee is that bad and that hurt, the way he was moving around and shooting jumpers, I believe he's going to be ready to play. It might not be the 2 exhibition games. I really don't care, but I believe he'll be ready to play the first game.
I told you when he says he'll be ready in September to start actually getting on there and practicing, he will be ready by September. Hello, lady bass player. What's up?
Yeah.
Hope you're doing well tonight. Yeah, he definitely brought back some good lessons for all the players that want to go to the draft. Yeah, he did. And I think as a mentor, Owe is great. He's a great role model for the other guys to look up to. And if he can give them pointers for their future, then that just shows how much love he has for the name on the front.
Well,
that is selfish. He's not a selfish person.
Yeah, that's the thing. He'll let all these other players know this is what I went through with the draft. He'll let Jalen Lowe, he'll let everybody on this team, he'll let them know, hey, this is what they're looking for. And he's not going to be selfish. He was never selfish last year, so this is going to be a great team.
We don't get selfish, self-centered players. We just don't. That's not what fits into our program. And Mark Pope would never take somebody with an ego problem or somebody that was selfish.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, Tyran Stokes was on campus.
Yes, he was. That was a surprise.
Sneak that in. They literally snuck that in.
I got the news like late Saturday night, early Sunday morning that he had been there. And I was like, wow, that's, but the thing was, what was it, Friday night or Saturday night, they played the Kentucky-Indiana All-Star game, and Malachi Moreno, he ended up being the MVP for it. And then
Tyran got here on the 8th.
Yeah. And so he was on campus the same time they was playing that game. And then now Malachi Moreno, Jasper Johnson, Mark Pope is all heading out west to is it Las Vegas, where they're playing, or they're getting ready for the USA 21 and under.
He took the whole. They're at Rock Hill. They're going to be at the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center starting on the 11th, which is today, and it runs through the 13th.
Through the 13th, and Mark Pope went out with them, and Tyron Stokes is going to be there also. So they kind of like met up and then just followed each other right out. So it's looking promising with the recruitment for Tyron Stokes.
It really is. And, you know, he said that Mark Pope stays in touch with him. They're always texting
all the time. Yeah.
He still has a couple of more places to, I think he has another visit or two, and then he might decide, but I mean, he can wait till next year to decide.
Yeah. He don't have to make a decision until April of next year.
School. Yeah. Right. He doesn't have to do anything till April of next year. So he's got 8, 9 months, 10 months, 10. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's got a lot of time that he can, work this process out. But yeah, I still think we're in a real good situation with him.
I do too. At this time, we have offered 6 players.
Yeah, 6 players
for 2026. So next year we'll be talking about those players, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, Travis Perry. Did you see Travis's?
I saw his little thing where he talked about how difficult the decision was for him to leave. And I mean, I respect everything that he has done for the University of Kentucky. He's always welcome back, but I wish him well where he's at Ole Miss, and I hope he does great.
Well, he said Coach Beard's vision is what he sees for himself. And he said he said it's always hard for a freshman coming into UK. He thinks Coach Beard is better. His program is better suited for him. I mean, I understand. I have no hard feelings. Do I hate that he's gone? Yeah, because he could have developed possibly into something really great. Travis Ford by the time he was a junior, but I think with any player, they have to do what's best for them, and much respect to him. And he has no hard feelings.
No, I mean Pope said how emotional he was of losing, Travis Perry, and I know Travis Perry and his parents and everything knew that this was going to be a hard decision. I'm glad that he made it, and I'm glad that he is looking towards his future, and that's going to be, great for him. And you never know. He's going to be probably like a Travis Ford turnout, and never know. He could be back at Kentucky his senior year. Could be. I mean, we was talking about, Peanut was talking about recruiting and development is going to be important now with the revenue sharing. Yeah. And not as many transfers.
Right. And that's true. I mean, revenue sharing is going to be a big thing now. I think it's really going to change the way recruits are viewed, the way, the transfer portal is viewed. And I don't think there'll be as many transfers. Just because the school will be able to allot the money. Like, okay, we've got this guy. We want to keep him. We'll give him this and he'll stay. Yeah. We'll give him playing time. We'll give him this much money. And I think it's really going to make a change there.
Yeah. And that's not even including the car dealerships, the Ford dealerships and the banks. And you're talking about the what's that? The store, the pump and shop.
Pump and stop and pump, stop. And
I mean, that's what Lamont Butler did, all the, videos inside and different things. So, they're going to get money on top of what they're getting already. So.
Oh, for sure. All the endorsements. They'll get lots of endorsements.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So, another piece of news. Boogie. So, Brawlin' Boogie So you can take Boogie out of Kentucky, but you can't take Kentucky out of Boogie because
No.
Boogie got, if y'all didn't see, Boogie got into it with some fans overseas.
Yeah.
First he grabbed his privates, then he went after the guy. Everybody was flipping him off, so it made him mad. And now he has now been suspended by the league, and he lost his contract with the team he was playing for. So he has no team. And he's on suspension from the league. So, Boogie.
Yeah, I was heartbroken when I saw that, and I was like, well, he ain't got nothing to do now. He can come back and play for the La Familia team in July.
In the TBT. Wouldn't that be something?
Oh, that'd be something.
No, Peanut. Boogie Cousins. DeMarcus
Cousins.
Yeah,
Boogie Cousins, not Boogie
Our
Flan.
Boogie.
Yeah, we're not talking about
first.
The
first. The original Boogie. Our Boogie. So, yeah. Boogie. I still can picture him drawing back on when we were playing Louisville. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He should come do the TBT though, because we would be playing against Louisville probably, and that would be interesting if he played against the same guy.
Well, the thing is, John Wall will be in at the same time during the summer practicing with the team, so him and Boogie could get together and be together back on the same team. And both of them, even John Wall said if they had the NIL back then and he wasn't number one pick, he would have probably came back and played another year at Kentucky. And Boogie was going to come back no matter what until Calipari ripped his contract up and said, you gotta go pro.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish we could have had him for another year. That would have been something.
Yeah, Kentucky wins, you lose. We talked about that. That's, playing Florida twice. I think that's a lot better. We never needed to play Alabama twice. I mean, if I had this year, I wish we would play like Vanderbilt twice, Arkansas twice, and Florida twice, and then switch it up with Vanderbilt and Tennessee and go back and forth. But, that's just my opinions. But, playing Tennessee and Vanderbilt, that's our closest, teams. So,
right.
Playing them twice. And then everybody hated it when they did not play Florida twice.
Right. Peanut, I think he didn't get enough hugs as a child.
Yeah. Cousins. Yeah, I figured he'd have got out of all that by now, but
he didn't get enough hugs. He didn't. I mean, he needs a hug. Somebody go hug him. Somebody just go hug him.
Somebody go hug him. I mean,
give that man a hug. Yeah, you're probably right. We probably got Florida twice because we did beat them and they won the championship. So that may be why we have. And maybe they're going to rotate it. Maybe it's going to be Florida this time, and then it'll be somebody else next year.
Maybe it could be Arkansas next year. Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're planning. Maybe they're planning to rotate it. Maybe it's not going to be, or maybe it'll be whoever wins the title. That's going to play twice. I don't know, but
I would like to see. I'd like to see them switch it up. I mean, I kind of maybe keep Florida and Tennessee, and then switch up the Vanderbilt with every other team.
Yeah, that would be good. I think that would be a fair way to do it, and that way it won't get boring because you're not playing literally the same exact teams every single year.
Every year,
we got this. We got this home and home with them. And it would give us a little bit of edge there too, I believe. Got to go to Fayetteville this year.
Yeah, we got Arkansas at Fayetteville. So, well, Louisville has to go to Fayetteville, and we have to go to Fayetteville. So we can match up both teams and see what happens. Kentucky's going to play them a lot later in the season than Louisville does. So
right. I can't see this current team losing to the Hogs this year. Me neither.
No. I don't either.
Not lose to the Hogs.
Yeah.
First of all, they're going to already know that we lost last year. They're going to know that we need revenge. And this is going to be the team to just put it on them. I swear they are going to put it on them.
Well, you got players that was on this team last year that's going to be playing this year. The Ortegas, you got the Chandler, Brandon Garrison, Trent Noah. They're going to remember what happened at Rupp Arena last year.
Yeah, and they're going to get revenge for that. They're going to redeem that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling it's going to happen. And
yeah,
our playing is going to change.
Yeah.
Because we've got a different team, a different makeup, our playing is going to change. So I think once the guys get into their roles.
Yeah, this year, I think it's going to be a lot different. Like the offense is going to run maybe pretty much the same, but I think there's going to be so many different options that you're going to be able to they might not have to have the ball at the top of the key. They could have the ball on the sideline and run, plays through the sideline, run baseline runs and different things. I believe this is going to be a way different team. We're still going to shoot threes, but I do not think we're going to shoot 30 threes a game.
Right. I don't either. And you're right. They played their best game that night. It doesn't everybody though. Wait,
everybody does that.
Everybody. Every time there could be somebody that is totally just not playing well. They come into Rupp Arena to play against us, and they play their best. They shoot the lights out. Guys that never hit anything will hit 3 threes.
Well,
it's ridiculous, but it happens.
Exactly, it happens. It happens to Kentucky every time. I mean, we can go on the road and that team could be, 500.
Never won a game at home all season.
And not won a game all season. And they'll shoot the lights out. That's all they look at. They circle that game at the beginning of the season. And
we are their Super Bowl.
Yep.
Otis.
Yeah, Otis.
Cal always seemed to have somebody's number. Hope it ain't Pope. No, it ain't Pope.
He's not. No, I don't think it's going to be Pope. Yeah, he did get the first game, but I think that Pope's going to get Cal this year, and it's going to be evened up.
Cal don't have Boogie Flan no more.
No,
he doesn't have. I mean, heck, even Big Z did well against us.
Well, Big Z's at Illinois now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Cal doesn't have the players that beat us. Cal doesn't have, but like 2, 3.
Well, the DJ Wagner was one that played real good against us. He's not going to start this year because he's already brought in like players that he recruited over him, and Wagner had to come back. So Wagner, either he's going to start or he's going to sit the bench, one of the two.
I have a feeling he's going to start it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he probably could. They've got a couple good freshman guards that came in, but they're freshmen.
Right. Son says this team is going to be a nightmare to guard, raining threes and driving the basket. Rebounding will be better too. I agree 100% with every bit of that. It's nice that we actually, if you watch the videos of the guys in practice right now shooting the threes, I think it's like you can't rely on threes. We know you can't rely on threes, but our percentage of threes made looks like it's going to be better.
I believe it's
already.
Yeah, I believe all the players on our team will shoot better from the three than they did at the prior school, our transfers.
They always do.
And then Jasper Johnson, he's going to hit threes. Chandler, Noah, they're going to improve. We're going to have a great shooting team. Aberdeen, Cam Williams, we haven't talked about him a lot. He's a sharp shooter.
He really is. And yes, I do feel like Cal probably pushed Boogie out, in my opinion. But, that's my opinion. And Carl, what's up, Carl?
Hey, Carl. How you doing? We'd love to hear from you if you want to call in, Carl.
what you think? We played North Carolina at Rupp. They haven't been at Rupp since 2011. We'll never play them at North Carolina. That'll just never
Probably not, unless we have to play them again next year at North Carolina. But I don't think they'll match us up like that. Two teams, 2 years in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, yeah. Boogie got tired of Cal. Like when you literally can take Cal's press conferences from our last 6 seasons.
Yeah.
And match it up word for word to all the Arkansas press conferences. We're built for March.
Mm-hmm.
It's not their fault. It's put it on me. Da 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 da. The same old crap. I think Boogie just got tired of hearing it. Honestly.
Yeah, it's the same old script that he keeps on reading and over and over. And we heard it for 6-7 years in Arkansas. Get ready for it because you're going to hear it until he's done being the coach there.
Any Kentucky fan can sit there while he's doing a press conference from Arkansas and just fill in the blanks.
And fill in the blanks. Yep.
It's so easy to do. It really is. Okay. Our spotlight player, Denzel Aberdeen.
There we go. Yeah, Denzel. I mean, he's a combo guard, 6'5", 200 pounds. He's going to be a senior this year, so we've got him for 1 year. Transferred from Florida. I believe he's a player that will be able to play the point if he has to. He can play the shooting guard. I believe he can play the 3 also. I think he's a combo guard that we can depend on anything that we ask, that Pope asks him to do. He's going to be able to do it.
Oh, I believe so too. He was in 83 games for Florida, started 5 games. But, I mean, if he wasn't starting, look what he did off the bench.
Well, off the bench,
he's phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, when he started them 5 games, he jumped up about 6 points per game. In every game that he started, he was averaging. Okay.
We got a caller. Carl's calling in.
Yeah, Carl's calling in.
What's up, Carl?
Carl.
Oh, man.
Hey.
How y'all doing today?
Hey, we're doing great. How you doing?
Doing good. Going to be going to work here shortly.
Well, I'm going to have to do the same thing here in just a little while. I got to be in at 9:30.
I got to be in at 10.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just starting tonight, Carl.
Yeah. Well, I've been at my job for almost 12 years.
Nice. Kentucky wins, you lose, says our Owe and Aberdeen are only seniors this year. Walker Horn is a senior.
So what do y'all think about the new rules in college basketball? The coaches get a coaching challenge.
We like the challenge. We don't like the continuation, but we like the challenge.
Yeah, the continuation, they could have just left that alone and left it the same. But the challenges, I like that. You can keep your challenge and be able to get another. But I wish they would have changed the 4-quarter, went to 4 quarters, though.
Look here at the UK tattoo.
Oh, man. Hey, that's nice.
That looks good, Carl.
Yeah, Carl, that's awesome.
Yeah. I had to support them Blues.
Right.
Yeah.
Got to.
What have you been up to, Carl? We haven't talked to you since, I guess, did we talk last
No,
not last Wednesday. It was the Wednesday before. Yeah.
Just been sitting around the house, taking care of the farm and going to work. That's about it.
Yeah, that's good. Did everything I guess y'all went back to work. I know you said you had a coworker that passed away.
Oh yeah, we've been back to work. I go in at 10 and get off at 7 in the morning.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, I'll still be awake, but I won't be working.
I wish I could say that.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, Jeff says, hey, Miss Leigh, Jimmy, and Carl, nice tat. Hey, Jeff, what's up? Hope you're doing good tonight. That is a nice tat.
Yeah, I had to go get that done. I need to go get another one on the other arm that says Mark Pope, the best.
There you go. There you go.
Get a Pope's hat.
Yeah, I seen that on there that Mike posted about that going to be at Lexington for the London victims or whatever.
Yes.
I'm going to be down there Saturday for that.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
it'll be in
that'd
July.
be that's July.
Yeah.
If
we're gonna be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll both be there along with 21. He'll be there. Mike, BC, Mike will be overseas. So, but BC said he maybe could show up, maybe, but if not, me, Miss Leigh, and 21, we'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go to that ball game, Arkansas versus Kentucky in Arkansas. I'm going to go down there to that game. I'm going to get tickets for it.
Okay. Yeah.
Be easier to get tickets there, and they'll be cheaper than they will.
They'll be cheaper in Arkansas than they will be at.
They charge $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 ticket. I'm going to get one just so I can watch them beat Calipari.
Yeah.
It won't be that high because that ain't Rupp.
No. Well, I can see we're going to play North Carolina at Rupp now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And did you see, Carl, did you see that Duke got to play last year on their home court, and again this year they get to play on their home court. 2 years in a row they play the ACC SEC Challenge, and they get to play 2 home games in a row. Ain't that some?
That's because they're the NCAA's favorite.
Yeah, because they're Mike Krzyzewski's protege, and until he is not living, they're going to get the most favoritism ever.
Guys, I gotta laugh. This conversation going on in this chat. So Peanut said he's got a Billy. He still has his Billy Gillespie tattoo.
Oh my goodness!
He said it won't wash off. And A said, try some alcohol. He did.
Well, hey, yeah.
I like to go back to the tattoo parlor and have it covered over with another one.
Do something.
That's hilarious. I was sitting here trying not to laugh because I'm sitting here reading that, and I was just like, "Oh my!"
Yeah,
God,
I mean,
well, I want to call it for a few minutes. I don't want to hold it up. Let some other people call in.
We're glad you did, Carl.
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, I finally got around to cutting that hair off and everything.
I saw you got a clean cut there.
Yeah, I had to get it cut. I started looking like a hobo in distress.
Well, it was really good to see you, Carl. I'm glad you called in.
You too. I'll call back next week or something. I just want to holler at you.
All right.
Sounds good.
Until 21, I said, what's up?
Oh, we will. He can hear you. He can hear you. Yeah.
Well, you too, man. I'll see y'all in July down there in Lexington.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, y'all take it easy.
All right. You too, Carl.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for calling in, Carl.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, we need some more,
Yeah, if anybody else wants to call.
Peanut said, yeah, he got his ears lowered.
Yeah, he did. Hey, Crystal, what's up?
Yeah, I saw Otis was saying that John Rothstein had Arkansas picked second in the SEC.
Whatever.
But yeah, he's a fool.
John Rothstein don't know nothing.
No, I mean, if Florida is ranked the best team in the SEC, I'll be fine with it. But if we're ranked number 2, I'm fine with that. But Arkansas is not better than Kentucky, and I don't think that Florida. They got a good team coming back, but if Boogie Flan does not play great, they're not going to be a good team.
No. Mercury said Crystal is new to BBN. Oh, well, welcome to the
BBN.
BBN.
Crystal's out there with him. Yeah.
Welcome. Glad to have you.
Yeah, thank you, Crystal. Yeah.
It's the best. You'll love it here.
Well, she's on here for the first time, so the next time she's family.
But she already is family.
Well, yeah, she's already family because she's fathered in. Yeah.
But she'll find out what the whole Big Blue Nation is really about.
Exactly.
We crazy.
Yeah, we're crazy. When you burn couches and you do everything, yeah, this fan base is. I mean, it's like the blue dust. It hits everything, and you're like, oh wow, and you feel it.
You can't compare it. There's nothing like if you've ever seen the movie The Fog or The
Oh
Mist.
yeah,
That is us. We just kind of creep in and take over. Like once you get a breath of it, that's the way it is. I will always call into you. I'll show this is the best show online. Oh, thanks, Carl.
thank you, Carl.
We
Yeah,
appreciate that. Mercury says I'm teaching her about UK basketball.
well,
Oh,
hey,
you got a
that's
good teacher there, Crystal.
yeah,
I already visited Illinois and Purdue being pursued by Pope and BYU and TAMU. Luigi Cerrito. Oh, yeah, that 7'3" kid.
yeah.
Like, we are really, really Mark Pope, he don't stop. Like,
No,
is he a robot? He does not stop.
I believe he's relentless. He's not going to stop. He is going to reach out to every venue, every person that he can do to get in contact with all these different players.
Right, exactly. No matter what it takes.
And the thing is,
Mercury says she has a couch. Hang on to that couch, Crystal. We may need
keep
it
it.
in March.
Yeah,
Keep that couch. 9'6" standing reach. Jiminy Christmas.
yeah.
I don't have a couch anymore. I've just been sitting on the floor since the 96 burning. Hey, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I hope you got a good cushion.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
we was talking about Aberdeen earlier, and we saw with Ortega. He said, I hated playing against him. Well, now they're on the same team, and they're going to be playing together against Florida 2 times this year. So that's going to be outstanding.
And can you imagine what the two of them on the court together is
going to be? They're going, yeah.
They'll be like, let's get it. And they'll go, I mean, it's gonna
they're gonna have this. They're gonna have that.
That's for sure. That's for sure. I can't wait. I'm so super stoked. It needs to be basketball season now. I know we say this every time, but I know you've been watching some previous games. I've been watching previous games. Y'all, if you don't have anything else to do and you need a fix, just go on YouTube and watch.
Get on YouTube.
The 96 games, the 98 games, the 2012 game. Whatever. Go watch other games. That's the only way I get a fix.
Yeah.
Because there is no BBN anonymous because we don't want to be anonymous.
No, exactly.
So,
but yeah, with Pope, he's reaching out everywhere. We don't even know the contacts that he has. Everybody on this, I mean, he brought the whole staff with him when they went out for this weekend for the with Malachi Moreno and Jasper Johnson.
And his staff, like Kentucky wins you lose, his staff is second to none.
Yes.
Mark Pope literally put together. I mean, his puzzles fit perfectly.
Yeah.
Like it really. Cal couldn't keep his staff together. You're right. He couldn't. There was always animosity. There was always something going within the staff. But Mark Pope's staff is perfect.
Yeah. And I believe if we do lose a piece, he will replace that person with exactly the same type of person that would fit back in. And he'll never lose a beat.
I don't think so either. I don't think any of this staff would ever want to leave anywhere.
Crystal knows Patrick Sparks. Yeah. Well,
yep, Patrick Sparks. Wow.
He was a good player at Western Kentucky and then transferred to here. And he hit that big shot against Louisville, hit 3 free throws to win the game, hit that big shot against Michigan State, hit that jumper at the top of the key for a 3, even though we ended up losing the game. But, he kept us in it and put it into overtime.
Yeah, he did. Patrick Sparks was, he was clutch. He was.
Mm-hmm.
He was clutch. Crystal says Sparks is my guy.
Yeah,
That's
hey.
cool.
Well,
That's cool.
he was on them videos earlier this past year where they rode out to the basketball team when they was playing Louisville, and he wrote out a letter to one of the players for Kentucky, and that was the first time I've seen Sparks really do anything with Kentucky here lately.
In a while, yeah.
Yeah.
But for him to do that, and it was such a heartfelt message.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was great when all the guys did that. That was
amazing. That was pretty awesome.
And it kind of let them know what they were coming into.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how it felt to them, what it meant to them. And when you take somebody that played there and you hear their thoughts on it when you're getting ready to step into those shoes, you know, that's huge. Have you noticed while he was at USA team, just for Malachi and Stokes be there too? Yep. They're all going to be there because, you know, Jasper Johnson, if y'all remember when we, you know, other recruits that we talked to and stuff, you know, Jasper and Malachi are like, yeah, come on to Kentucky, come on to. So of course he's going to take those guys with him. Why wouldn't he?
Oh,
they know what it's like to come right out of high school, you know, and it's somebody for them to look up to. You know,
yes, it is.
Through what I'm getting ready to go through. What do I need to know? How do I need to handle this? You know, how do you make these decisions? There's things that these guys can actually help them understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. He's got a great personality about him. And there is so much that he gives to these players as of just advice, information. I believe even Tyrone Stokes was talking about the analytics that he has done put out of what he can actually achieve and what he can be better at and what he would be able to do at Kentucky. He's talking to these kids like they're going to be NBA players. I know he wants them to stay around and be around for a year or two, but if they're not, they know that their best interest is to be with Mark Pope.
Right. And they, you know, hey, Leigh, have you heard when we can expect roster numbers in the finalized schedule? We have roster numbers now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the schedule won't be finalized until they get a few other.
I believe we got 4 more games in the non-conference that we can still add. They might not be big games, but they will be 4 extra games that they're going to add. And then today adding the ACC. So that might include that game. So there might be 3 more games.
Right. I'm looking at the roster, the numbers. The team numbers. Because I know I saw it.
Oh, the roster numbers for our team?
Of course, yeah.
Well, Ortega's 00.
Well, we know that. Hold on, I got it. Somewhere here.
Is that what he was wanting, the roster numbers?
Yeah.
Now, Aberdeen's going to be 1. And then Johnson is number 2.
Down?
Yeah, Johnson is number 2. Right now, Hawthorne, Cam Williams is number 3. Number 4 is Jaden Quaintance. Number 5 is Colin Chandler. And then it jumps up to Trent Noah is number 9. And then Garrison is 10. And then you jump to number 15, which is Jalen Lowe. And then 21 is Diabate. And then 23 is... No, I already said 23 is Diabate. 24 is Moreno. 35 is Potter.
Jelly's number 4.
And Jelly is going to be number 4.
Jelly. You know I like calling him Jelly. Jelly. I will always call him Jelly.
Well, I'm sure that they're all the fans and everybody's going to call him that except for the announcer. You know, I'm sure he's going to be.
Might.
They might call him Jelly instead of saying Yelovich.
Yeah, they might. They might call him Jelly. Potter's 33. What do you got him as?
As far as I know, they had him listed in Kentucky as number 35.
He was 35
at there, but yeah. But the last roster update I saw, he was number 35.
Well, I just found it.
Unless he just changed it.
I'm looking. I just found it here. 21, 22. Braden Hawthorne is 22.
Yeah, he's 22.
23. Moreno's 24. Reese Potter is 33.
Okay, so he's number 33 now.
Yes. He was 35, and he said he wanted to switch it for the Wildcats, so he switched it to 33.
Okay, well, that might have been what they had listed when he came to Kentucky, his jersey number. Yeah.
Exactly, but he decided to change it up. Yeah, Carl said the number that's going to matter the most is the number 9, and that's the 9th championship. Well, yes,
that's what Trent Noah's wearing, and I'm hoping he gets that 9, and then next year he can be number 10.
Right.
Or Garrison keeps 10 and he keeps 11, and then they can get number 10 and number 11, 9,
right.
10, 11.
Right. Williams is no longer on the team. Cam Williams. What number is Cam?
Cam Williams is he's number 3.
That's right. I'm thinking Amari.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sitting here going, Williams is gone. No, he's not. Never mind. This is Cam. Phew. And it's just Pepsi, y'all. And Pepsi, if
just
you're
Pepsi.
Watching, the taste of a new generation.
Well, I got a UK cup with water, so.
Look, man, I've been drinking Pepsi most of my life. Literally.
I don't know what the walk-ons, Walker Horn, I know he is going to be back because he's actually grandfathered in. He will be a walk-on this year.
But, okay, so he does not have a number, and this may be why.
Yeah.
Walk-ons, from what I read before this season ended, when they were talking about recruiting and all that stuff, they changed something about walk-ons.
Yeah.
And walk-ons are to only practice with the team.
Yeah, I don't think they can play in a game.
They don't actually get to play, I don't think. Let me clarify that. But
yeah,
from what I read, they do not get to let's see.
Yeah, I'd say he'll probably use the same number unless it's somebody that came in. He would use the same number. But I know they're grandfathered in for this year for the walk-ons, the ones Derbyshire, along with the other two, with Horn and I forget the other walk-on. But if they want to come back and play, they can come back and practice. I don't know that they can actually play in a game.
Right. New rules stemming from a legal settlement. Let's see if that was in here.
And Peanut, yeah, we could actually add another player, or they can give one of them walk-ons that 15th scholarship, if that's possible. But
okay, so this basically says the new roster caps are being implemented excuse me, for the 2025-26 season and mirror what used to be scholarship limits. The intent is to increase scholarships without expanding the team, but have the side effect of pushing out walk-ons.
Mm-hmm.
And it said the proposed caps will cut 10,000 or more roster spots across sports by eliminating walk-on positions. And teams will have to rescind offers or cut players that would have been walk-ons anticipating the new limit. So with the scholarship ceiling, well, it says many teams, okay, for men's basketball, 15 players is the limit. It says that's up from the 13. It says many teams already carry a couple walk-ons. Now those spots will just become scholarship spots with no increase in total players. And it says that in practice, it says that they can practice.
Yeah, so they're just a practice player. They can't
Basically.
actually play a game.
It
Unless
won't have. It says even before the new rules take effect, programs that have started informing athletes that they will not have a roster spot next year.
yeah, as a play, and they can just practice. But well, next year there won't be any walk-ons because it won't be like a grandfathered type thing in.
Right, and we don't need another player. Pope's just going to go
No.
with the 14.
I think he's going to go with 14.
Yeah, he's not worried about that last one, unless there's some kind of weird.
But you never know. There might be
But-
something overseas
But honestly,
during the
I
summer.
think he's done though, because I think
Yeah.
he made a comment about he likes what he has.
Yeah,
And I really think that he's pretty much done.
yeah.
But we
I
don't need anybody else.
I don't
We're
think we need
stacked.
anybody else. Yeah, I mean, if it is a 15th player, it's going to be a player that doesn't see any court action this year, unless we're up by 40 with 20 minutes or 2 minutes to go.
Right. Tyron Stokes can get the final spot.
Well, that'd be the only way, unless he reclassified. That'd be the only way.
Well, that'll be next year. Yeah, he didn't reclassify.
No, he's not going to reclassify. Yeah, he's a next year
too
player.
young.
So.
I mean, he's literally way too young, I think. You're just a junior. You don't need to go try to play with the big boys.
Well, he'll be a senior this year in high school.
I know,
Yeah.
but basically he's a junior because
He's
he
still a
hasn't played
junior
his
coming
senior
out.
year.
Yeah,
If he
he's
came
got one
now-
more year. Yeah.
If he came now, then it wouldn't be like he's a junior in
Yeah.
my book, because he hasn't played his senior season.
Well, yeah, I think last week Kentucky wins, you lose. He was saying that Pope threw out a lot of hooks, and he didn't think he was going to get that many. Expect to get everybody, but he did, and that's just a stand up for Mark Pope, saying that he's a heck of a recruiter.
Yeah, the man can recruit. With 5 injuries and still have a top 15 team on the floor, right?
Yeah.
But we're not going to do that, Peanut. No more.
No, we're no
more
injuries.
No. And I like my team too.
Yep.
I would love to go to a game this year, but ticket prices. I know, Mercury, but go on. What is it that I use? TickPick. They don't have any fees. Go on TickPick. You might be able to find some tickets. Even in the uppers. Even if they're in the nosebleeds, they're great. It's fun. It's amazing. Go. You can sometimes find a good one, like a good price on an upper. Go. And eat the ice cream, because it's the best ice cream there is. Jimmy, you have anything else? I know you got to get to work. I know.
Miss Lee, yeah, there's not
21's
going a lot. Go ahead.
Just a reminder for everyone, July 19th
19th, yeah.
will be the Loyal BBN Fan Show versus Kentucky Live. We're going to partner for charity. It's a 3v3 basketball tournament with 8 teams. It's going to be at 2:00 at the Lexington Ice Center.
Ice Center.
There's a flyer that we're all posting on our social media that has a QR code. If you want to sponsor, or if you want to sponsor and put your name on the jerseys that the guys are going to be wearing. And it's going to be a great time for everybody. We're also going to have the DJ that plays the music for Kentucky basketball and football. So that's going to be amazing. So it's $10 to get in. We recommend get there a little bit early, just to make sure you get a seat, because it's first come, first serve. There are no advance purchases.
No.
And did I forget anything on that?
No, I think you got it right.
21's been working his butt off.
Yeah,
on this,
he's been tirelessly working on this event, and hands down to him, everything. This is an extraordinary thing, and hopefully it's going to get a little bit of attention, for us. I'll go ahead and say it. We love 21.
We love 21.
But we're going to do this event, and hopefully it gets a little bit of exposure for for his show, the BBN Fan Show. So, everything, please, everybody, hit the like button below on the show, show up. We're going to have a great time that day.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be a few hours of some basketball fun, and we'll get to talk and chat. And we don't think Pope will be there. Pope's got other more important things to do But all the
I would
proceeds are
love
gonna
for
go
him to
the
find out about it. I would love for him to find out about it and just show up and say, "Hey, I'll put a contribution down."
Right.
Yeah,
But
but
it
you know,
all the proceeds do go for the victims of the London.
yeah,
the
it's
tornadoes in
nothing
London,
for this
Kentucky.
show, not for anybody's show. It's all going to London for the tornado victims. So
Yeah, and yeah, Carl, we appreciate everything 21
yeah,
does as well. That's for sure.
yeah, go ahead and put that flower up and let everybody see it and
He said flower.
flyer,
Flyer.
flyer,
Flyer.
flyer.
Mercury said I'd poop a cupcake. Oh, if Pope showed up. Yeah, we would too.
Oh well, yeah. If he walked in the building and he had Jasper Johnson and people
There it
right
is.
behind him, yeah, there
Okay,
we go.
everybody, there's the flyer and there's a QR code. You can always come back to this video too and scan that with your phone. And yeah, if you want to compete, you can get a team together. It's first come, first serve.
Mhm.
But you can contact 21. His information's on there, how to contact him if you have any questions. But share
Yeah, I
it with
mean,
your
you
friends.
can you can
Tell
you can
everybody you
scan the
know.
barcode, everything. The Souls Harbor Church for relief efforts in London, Kentucky. There's going to be 8 different teams. Only one winner. So it's not going to be like a round robin. It's just going to be straight up 3-on-3 basketball, and so we're going to have fun. I'm going to be a coach. I got a friend of mine's
don't know
going to
what I'm
come up
doing.
and coach.
I don't
Miss
know what I'm
Leigh,
doing yet.
are you going to be announcing?
I don't know yet.
Well,
We'll have to
you
figure
we
that
can have
out.
you announce, or you can be on the live stream while we're doing that. You can
Look, we
be
will
you can
figure it
be
out.
you can be on the sidelines and walking up and down the sidelines while we're coaching,
Yelling at the refs.
yelling
No,
at the
we'll
refs.
figure it out. JQ wingspan is compared to Davis. I think he's like an inch and a half longer.
His wingspan is bigger.
His fingertips do reach a little further than AD. And it's 7'3", by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I think we've covered quite a bit of just hodgepodge, which we will do when there's not a lot going on.
Yeah. I mean, right now, we're going to keep doing the show every Thursday, Wednesday night, and be here at 7. It's just right now until we get into a little bit of seeing what Kentucky's doing in practice, which we'll be seeing a lot of that here pretty soon. It's right here, right now. Basketball is ramping up. I know everybody's looking towards like the football season and things, but me and Miss Leigh, we're looking for the basketball season. And I know everybody on here basically looking for the basketball season a lot more.
But we'll still be here to chit chat and take calls and just be like one big happy family. Are they going to have a place where you can donate money to the London victims? Yes, I'm sure they will. I'm sure we'll have something set up, Carl, for that to be able to donate while you're there as well.
Yes. Yeah, we appreciate it. If anybody that is on here wants to come up there and they want to help out, volunteer, everything is appreciated.
A says these videos keep the family together. Well, thank you so much. We do consider y'all family. Okay, so if you guys want to donate on your own outside of the event, then you can reach out to 21, and he will be able to give you information on that. There will also be someone from the church there on site to be able to take donations as well.
Yeah, and
thanks 21.
Yeah, thank you, 21. But yeah, that's much appreciated. I mean, anybody wants to make a donation, they will take it straight to the church, once they leave and go back. And if anybody wants to do it right now, they just get on the link and get a hold of
Contact
21. Contact 21. He will make sure everything goes straight, to the church, and hopefully we do a good fundraiser, and maybe just if we get our names out there, everything will be fine.
Exactly. All right, Jimmy, you want to take us out?
Yeah. Kentucky wins, you lose. I'm rooting for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander tonight too.
OKC.
And so, that I won't be able to see the game or anything, but I'll be rooting for them. But Miss Leigh, thank you, 21, for being here and producing and everything. Big Mike, if you see this, hey,
We love you,
Leigh and Jimmy Jam, we're here to support you. We want to hear from you, let you know, and that you are appreciated, and that this is the loyal BBN Fan Show that he started, and he brought us in, and he was a special enough person to be able to do that. And we thank you so much, Big Mike and BC, Leanne, 21. Let's call this a night. And hey, go Big Blue.
go Cats.